Oh, what a day. Today is Sunday the 27th. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there, especially mine. It's 2:13 in the afternoon and Alfie and I are just setting off. Alfie is ready to go. So I've packed the van and I've got so much stuff. I have no idea. I'll show you later. My garage is absolutely rammed, and I worry a bit about the weight at the back of the van. That much weight, but we'll see how we go. I took the bike rack off because, for starters, I thought if I put bikes on the bike rack, then that's actually putting the weight further back again. But also, my 360-degree camera system, the camera that looks down at the back, constantly sees the bike rack. So it makes it hard to judge where the corners of the van are. I do need to recalibrate the system, and I'll do that when I'm in France, when I get some good weather. So, yeah, so the camera that looks down constantly sees the bike rack, and it kind of muddies the area back there. So, without the bike rack on, it means it's much easier for me to see the reverse camera, to see the bird's eye view camera, and to know what's around my van as I'm driving. So I think that'll be for the better. Plus, I've never used it. I mean, I've had this van now since, what, October? It was around October, just after my birthday, wasn't it, when I got it? And I've never used the rear bike rack. Once, I had to put someone else's bike on it once, and that was it. So, yeah, I've taken it off. So yeah, so in my garage, I have two bikes. My road bike still hasn't done the brake calipers. I haven't bled the brakes because I went to fit all the attachments together, and there's an adapter you need for this specific model of brakes. So I've ordered one on Amazon Prime for collection in Folkestone. So I better make sure I don't forget that, because I've got to collect it about a quarter mile away from where I'm picking up his animal health certificate. So I've got to pick that up tomorrow. I'm going to drive down now. I'm going to stop at about 4:30 and watch the Formula One. Yeah, but so I've got my bikes, right? The mountain bike, the road bike. I've got my snowboard, which includes my snowboard bag with boots in it, and the sharpener. And I've got salopettes, gloves, snowboarding hat, helmet. Yeah, in one box. I've got tools in several other boxes. I've got cans of different shite in other boxes. I've got a wetsuit. I've got a triathlon suit, which is basically just like a thinner wetsuit. The wetsuit's actually 3 mil, and the tri-suit is negligible. What else have I got? I've got his trailer for the bike. I've got my paddleboard. So I'm pretty much sorted. No matter what the weather and what the sporting event is, I can go snowboarding, paddleboarding, swimming, kayaking, bike riding. I can do whatever I like on this trip. And to think I have to work. What was I thinking? I've got to sort that out. I do want to get some work done tonight so that I can kind of do a bit less tomorrow, and I also want to make sure that I get on with the work I need to get done so that I can make good progress and say, look, I want to go down to like 3 days a week or all half days, 2.5 days a week while I'm on this trip, because I don't want to be just sitting in the van working every day. That's not the plan. And if it means I can't work, then I just can't work, because I've got some stuff that I've got to sort out. And this trip is about mental health, right? And that's what I'm going for. There's a lot of shit coming my way soon, and I need this trip to sort out my own mental health. So that's why I'm going. But yeah, I've got the van ready, everything packed, and we are just about ready to go. I did do my air hose thing. I'm not entirely sure it's fully sealed. I think there might be a leak in the system somewhere, because every time I turn the van on, the compressor kicks off. So unless I actually tested it yesterday, I can't remember. But I'll find out and see if it keeps happening. then I know there's a leak in the system somewhere, and I'll just have a look for it. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how well it is at inflating tires. I did buy a new tire inflator yesterday off Amazon, so I've got that, and I'll see how that goes. I'll give it a try anyway. The main thing is if it will seat a tubeless tire. That's what I want to find out. If there's enough pressure in it to seat a tubeless tire. It's not necessarily the pressure, it's the speed that the air goes into the tire. In fact, even with my 50-liter compressor at home, I had trouble with it until I put washing up liquid all around the rims on both sides. As soon as I did the washing up liquid trick, it just popped on. So anyway, I will give that a try one day, but I'm not entirely sure I want to do it with the tires that I've got at the moment. I might do it with one that's got a tube in it to see if I can get that tubeless, because then if it doesn't work, I can go back to putting the tube back in. But I really don't want to be leaving myself without a tire. And I put the 40 mils on my road bike as well, so I can do a bit of gravel riding with Alfie in tow on the back. That's good. He's such a good little co-pilot. I mean, yesterday I went out with my uncle to a pub called the Harp in Neston. A fantastic pub. Google it. The Harp in Neston. It's absolutely amazing little pub. And we went for lunch, and I turned up on my motorbike, and I thought he'd really love it, and he didn't. But that's another story. But I was on my motorbike with Alfie, and Alfie is such a funny soul on the bike. He has a harness. He's safe as houses. Unless if I got into an accident, right, he'd be done, right? But I think that's not, that's to be expected when you take a dog on a motorbike. So I drive carefully. I never speed. I always make sure I take every precaution I can on the bike. But he is safe. He's got a harness on, and that harness is strapped around my neck and around my waist. He's then sitting into a papoose, which is strapped onto me as well, and he's buckled into that. He could climb out of that if he really wanted to, but he's got the harness on him, so he's not really getting to get out of that, and that's strapped to me as well. So he is quite tied to me. And then there's a big tank on my bike, and I put a mat on it, and he basically just sits on the mat. So he's strapped to me, but he's able to sit on this mat, and he can lay down. And he just loves it, and he sits there, and his paws are off to the side, and he's just like chilling. And he's ever so funny. So anyway, I'm going to hit the road and see how far I get. I need to get gas at some point, propane. I'll find out somewhere on the way down. I should have enough for the next couple of days. And I got to make sure when I do fill up, I got to make sure I disconnect all of the stuff that I've got, because in case they want to inspect it when I go onto the Eurotunnel. I know they want to see that. I know they want you to turn the bottles off, so they might want to see that they're turned off, and I need to make sure I disconnect all of the stuff that I've got. So that's where we're up to. This time tomorrow I'll be in Folkestone, but this time the day after tomorrow I'll be in France. All right, I'll see you soon, and I'll do that walkthrough and I'll show you the garage when we get over to France. It's incredible. I'll show it. All right, see you later.